Good evening and welcome to the 68th annual meeting of MC Federal Credit Union. My name is Ashley Pyle, Marketing Specialist for MC Federal. Tonight's meeting is being recorded. All lines have been placed on mute to prevent background noise. Participation is requested in two sections of our meeting. First, to approve the minutes of our 67th annual meeting, and again to adjourn the meeting. At those times, you will be instructed to unmute your lines by pressing *6. Following these sections, all lines will be placed back on mute. I would now like to introduce Brian Ulmer, Vice Chairperson of the Board of Directors, to begin tonight's meeting.
Welcome to the 2022 annual meeting of MC Federal Credit Union, reflecting the financial year ending December 31st, 2021. I'm Brian Ulmer, Vice Chair of the Board of Directors, and I thank you for attending our 68th annual meeting. In an abundance of caution, we are hosting our annual meeting virtually. We thank you for your patience as we have followed the guidelines of the CDC, Department of Health, and the Governor to continue to provide service to you and your families. We look forward to seeing you all in person next year. The minutes, program, and a video detailing our commitment to our members and the communities we serve can be found on our website by searching annual meeting. Please take some time to see the great things your credit union has been doing in the communities we serve. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Doug Bastian, Board Chair, to call our 68th annual meeting to order.
Welcome. I'm Doug Bastian, Board Chair of the MC Federal Credit Union. Thank you all for attending our annual meeting and being a critical part of our credit union's success. The purpose of the annual meeting is to report the financial condition of our credit union to our members. The 68th annual meeting of the MC Federal Credit Union is called to order. Mr. Hoger, do we have a quorum present?
Mr. Chair, there are 59 members in attendance. This constitutes a legal quorum as defined in our bylaws.
We have met the quorum requirement established in our bylaws and will proceed with the meeting. The minutes of the annual meeting held on April 7th, 2021 have been posted on our website on the News and Annual Reports page. Do I have a motion that we accept the minutes as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I will second.
Thank you. At this time, please unmute your lines by pressing *6. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Nay. Minutes of the April 7th, 2021 annual meeting are approved. The Treasurers and Supervisory Committee reports can be found on our website in the annual meeting booklet. If you have any questions, please contact any member of the committee or me, and we will be happy to answer your questions. It is my pleasure to introduce Matthew Hoger, Secretary Treasurer, to acknowledge the service milestones.
It is my pleasure to recognize our employees and volunteers who have reached service milestones during 2021. Annually, we recognize employees who have reached 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 years of service levels. This year, we have recipients with 30, 20, and 5 years of service. With 30 years of service, Dana Tripp, Indirect and Consumer Lending Manager. Karen Blue, Member Service Officer. With 20 years of service, Diana Metzger, Loan Officer, and Emily Showers, Training Coordinator. With 5 years of service, Heather Johnson, Small Business Analyst Lender, Alba Arenas, Chief Member Experience Officer. David Zerby, Backup Lead Member Service Representative. Service milestones are a sign of employee and volunteer commitment to the organization and members of MC Federal. We appreciate your service and thank all of you for all that you do. This year, we actively engage partners on many deserving projects in areas we serve. A list of the major partnerships can be found in your annual meeting booklet. I return the floor to Doug Bastian to give the chairman's report.
Welcome again to the 68th annual meeting of the MC Federal Credit Union. I'm Doug Bastian, and I currently have the honor to serve as chairman of the board of directors. I previously served in this capacity many years ago, and I've enjoyed returning to this role in 2021. Much has changed since that time, but the key focus on our members has not. It has only heightened as we have expanded our service footprint and product and services offerings. The board has a fiduciary responsibility and ensures there are policies and procedures in place to protect the assets of the credit union while concurrently focusing to ensure the credit union's long-term viability through strategic planning. My report to the membership can be summed up in a simple statement. MC Federal Credit Union is strong and delivered results in 2021 that outperformed our peers and were consistent with the prior year. Our metrics for success, found on page 7 of the annual meeting booklet, provides a perspective of our performance compared to our peer credit unions. The strength of our performance is evident when we examine several key metrics. Our share growth was strong as we outperformed peers by 47%. Loan growth rebounded and outperformed peers by 140%. Average dividends paid were 40% higher than our peers. And our 0.7% or 0.76% return on assets was 10% higher than peers, as driven by strong cost control and a higher yield on earning assets. Our net income of $1.5 million, as reflected on our financial statements, contributed to our net worth growth. In a normal year, these results would stand out, but 2021 was hardly a normal year. We continued to experience the impact of the pandemic operationally and financially. The Federal Reserve continued its zero interest policy, a sustained headwind to our interest income. We repositioned our balance sheet to capitalize when the Federal Reserve increases rates. Inflation and labor shortages were also an obstacle in 2021. We reutilized strong cost management tools to offset the income shortfalls. We saw a recovery in loan volumes. Those actions all translated into a strong financial year. We refocused our mission statement to quote unquote, advance the financial health and well-being of our members and the communities we serve. This pivot is a shift from having the best products and services to the results side of the equation, your financial health. We will continue to provide great products and services, but we will look to your growth as the metric for success. Please take advantage of the baseline checkups we are offering to assist you with your financial plan. Benjamin Franklin captured it best when he said, "To fail to plan is to plan to fail." We want to partner with you to educate, enlighten, and celebrate your financial health and well-being. I want to thank the members of the board and the senior management team for their focus on charter conversion last July. The MC team at large for efficiently and effectively completing the conversion tasks, and the members for your support. This action will allow us to expand our outreach and mission into the underserved areas of our service footprint. Our advocacy focuses continued highlighting the credit union difference and our credit union tax exempt status. Americans receive $228 billion in benefits from their credit unions in lower interest rates on loans, higher dividend rates on savings, and low or no fees for services in exchange for the $2 billion tax exemption. Remember, we are the competition that keep the bankers in check. We support the Safe Banking Act as it protects communities by legally allowing financial institutions to conduct business with marijuana-related businesses. Modernization of the regulatory environment allows the playing field to be level and supports our mission. As I close my report, I want to thank the Board of Directors, the senior management team, and the entire MCFCU employee staff who deliver great service every day, and you, our valued members. I look forward to a strong 2022 and seeing you in person in our 69th annual meeting next year. Thank you for your commitment to MC Federal and for attending this year's annual meeting. Brian Ulmer will now announce the results of our elections.
There were, pardon me, there were two nominations made by the nominating committee to fill the two vacant positions on the board of directors. According to our bylaws, the nominating committee must nominate members to fill the number of vacancies on the board of directors. Those nominees are Doug Bastian and Pete Terrell. Since there were no petitions filed with the nominating committee, I will cast a ballot for these two directors and declare them elected for a 3-year term. I would like to ask the attention of the elected director present for the installation ceremony as a member of the board of directors. You have been elected to the board as a director of MC Federal Credit Union. Upon you rests the responsibility of directing the policies of MC Federal. It is required that you familiarize yourself with sound credit union philosophy and practices, the law and bylaws governing your credit union, that you attend the monthly meeting of the directors, and that you decide wisely on matters of policy and administration. I charge you then with these responsibilities. Do you, to the best of your ability, promise to do the things which are required of you to successfully direct the policies of MC Federal and to extend its benefits to all those who are eligible for membership?
I do.
I hereby present you to the membership as the newly elected directors of MC Federal Credit Union and wish you every success and great pleasure in the performance of your duties. Thank you for assuming this responsibility and taking the time from your personal and business schedules to serve our members. It is my pleasure to introduce our president and CEO, Jim Barbridge.
Let's take a quick look at the numbers for 12/31/2021. The balance sheet. Our assets ended the year at $210 million. This is up $27.4 million and represents 15% in growth. Our investments increased by 14 million, loans increased by 12.9 million, and shares increased by 26.2 million. Our retained earnings were 1.5 million. That's a 10% increase over the prior year. On the income statement, loan income was $73,000 higher than 2020, representing an increase of 1.3% and driving that level to 5.5 million. Our investment income dipped $230,000 to $499,000. This was primarily led by Fed policy and our long-term strategy. We paid our members $821,000 in dividends. And year over year, net income was up $273,000, representing a 22.2% increase. This chart details our return on asset for 2021 at 72 basis points, representing strong performance compared to our peers in the $100 to $250 million asset class. As you can see, the blue line represents MC Federal and the orange line, the national credit unions in our peer group. There was a short period of time during the year where we lost our advantage, and this was driven primarily by reserve adjustments to loan allowances in the peer group, not performance. It all began in October 1954 when a visionary group from Merck wanted to ensure that the employees would have a place to go to advance their financial health and well-being. Little did they know that their actions would be the start of a financial service provider that would expand their mission by serving 5 counties. We lost the last of our original chartering members with the passing of John Pope last year. If not for the actions of that founding group, I would not have the privilege to address you as President and Chief Executive Officer for our 68th annual meeting. 2021 remained a challenge with the landscape ever changing and the pandemic dominating the headlines. Our daily routines included reviewing the new cases and death counts each morning. The science was clear and the mutations evolved with Delta and Omicron, but the end in view as we move towards the endemic phase of this virus. Vaccinations, the mask, and hand washing were primarily defenses assisted by physical distancing. For many members, the financial stress of the past 2 years was crippling, and we were there to stand with them and develop plans to get them through. We also positioned our balance sheet to emerge strong to align with the financial landscape forecast of higher rates. My report speaks to a strong financial year where we outperformed our peers with consistent asset growth, earnings, and a balance sheet that will maximize the opportunity when the rate changes the Fed Reserve have forecasted occur. Throughout this pandemic, our mission gained laser focus. Supporting this focus was the unsettling fact that 2 out of 3 Americans cannot sustain a $400 emergency expenditure. Their financial plan is short-term in focus, to be able to survive financially until the next paycheck comes. Based on this fact and the impact we have witnessed throughout the pandemic, we have pivoted and refocused our mission statement to advance the financial health and well-being of our members and the communities that we serve. The pivot leaves behind the focus on products that serve our members to the member. We will continue to develop products as the landscape changes to deliver efficient and focused solutions for all of you. The difference is best explained in 3 simple words and powerful words: educate, enlighten, and celebrate. We'll educate our members to help them prepare to achieve their financial success plans. Members cover a vast spectrum from financial illiteracy to mastery. Our mission is to educate members about tools available to accomplish their plans. This journey will start with the financial wellness baseline assessment. From there, a plan is developed that aligns their goals and focuses on advancing their financial health and well-being. Enlighten is the next step of our commitment to our members. We will support your plan by matching opportunities with products and services we provide as solutions for you to achieve success. In this statement, we may offer a consolidation loan, combine high interest rate loans to a lower interest level, and more affordable payment plans or balance transfers of credit card debt. In the end, the focus is simple: a positive improvement in your financial health. Celebrate is a critical part of our approach. This is critical because it helps build self-confidence, reduces stress, and allows us to share in the excitement with members that they did it. We all feel great when we get acknowledged for something that we've achieved. Our plan expands the universe of opportunities to include meeting your financial goals. Educate, enlighten, and celebrate, advancing the financial health and well-being of our members and the communities we serve. This is our mission, so please invest the time for you to partner with us as we go down the path with you on your journey. Inflation is at levels we've not seen for 4 decades. This headwind will be with us in 2022 and currently forecasted at 6.5%. Unfortunately, the attack on Ukraine will put additional pressure on inflation. We hope for a quick resolution to this unjustified invasion and fully support the fight for democracy of the people of Ukraine. We returned to operating under a federal credit union in 2021 after a 6-year period under the Pennsylvania State Charter. The best interest of our members was at the heart of this decision. We thank you for your support to successfully satisfy the requirements required to convert. The charter change allows us the ability to expand our service to the underserved and underbanked members of our communities. People helping people has been a staple from the start of our credit unions, and we accept this sacred responsibility. I'd like to thank the board of directors for their vision and support over the last year. Doug Bastian, Brian Ulmer, Matthew Hoger, William Anderson, Pete Terrell, Nevin Balliet, and Lynn Nagel have served as board members. These volunteers give unselfishly to ensure that the hard-earned savings are protected through policies and strong business practices, and that the products and services we provide support our mission to advance the financial health and well-being of our members and the communities we serve. The Supervisory Committee serves to ensure that compliance and policies and procedures are being executed by independently auditing our performance. Mark Reef, Michael Smith, and Rose Williams, along with board member William Anderson, represent the volunteer group who has strengthened our focus on this important responsibility. They are also the outlet for which members can communicate complaints to for evaluation. The senior leadership team was so critical in our success in 2021. Elba Arenas, Brian Wichter, and Gene Miller provided an intense energy that motivates and challenges their teams to deliver superior service to members. I'm blessed to have them on my team. Again, 2021 was far from textbook, yet they delivered creative solutions driving our success. Team MC delivers outstanding member service to you every day, and I appreciate their focus, delivery, and the empathy they bring every day to truly advance your financial health and well-being. I publicly want to acknowledge and thank the employees and volunteers referenced above for their contributions in 2021. As I close my report, I stand tall and proud of the accomplishments of MC Federal Credit Union. Inside and outside of the branches, we have served our communities with compassion, understanding, and empathy. We have cried and we have smiled with you. We have grown another year older, smarter, and better positioned financially. Great health and prosperity to all of you, and thank you for being an important part of our success. Next, we move into the President's Award. This has been a tradition at our annual meeting for the last 13 years. This award is for a non-exempt employee who has set the standard for living our corporate values. It should not be confused with the person who works the hardest, although they could be. But recognition is focused on how they work with team members and living our corporate values. I'd like to acknowledge the past recipients whose names are reflected on this slide. It's always a challenge to select just one member of our team for this honor. The scorecard mirrors our corporate values, leading change through innovation, inventing the future. This year's recipient is always in front of the team with hand up, putting the leadership component in focus. Attention to detail is so critical to the process. This comes naturally and is the lens of this employee. Leadership through the relentless pursuit of excellence, owning those results. Leading by example is a key trait possessed by this recipient. Acts of kindness and comfort everyone the recipient interacts with. Respect for all and integrity always, being open and honest. It's easy to be open and honest, but what defines this year's recipients is the focus on maintaining the team members' self-esteem when delivering feedback. One team committed to common goals. One team, one result. This year's recipient is always focused on the outcome related to your financial and personal safety, consistently offering a helping hand. And everyone plays an important role in our success. There's no doubt that the recipient is in play and a part of our success. I'm honored to award the 2021 President's Award to Melissa Tarlicki. Melissa received her awards late this afternoon, and we just appreciate all that she does with our Bloomsburg team. So congratulations, Melissa. You can now open your mouth and let everybody know that you were the award winner.
Yay.
I now return the floor to Board Chair Doug Bastian.
Again, we appreciate your attendance at the MC Federal Annual Meeting. I would like to ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
We have a second?
So I'll second.
At this time, please unmute your lines by pressing *6. All in favor of the motion to adjourn this meeting indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Hearing none, the 68th annual meeting stands adjourned. Thank you kindly and stay safe.